subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to be in touch.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Is Johnny Depp ready to take back Jack Sparrow? Hear what we know. Pirates of the Caribbean. From what was a media fistfight, Johnny Depp emerged as the winner. The American actor, for years a Tim Burton fetish, saw his figure rehabilitated in the public eye, stripped of that cloak of violence and misogynist that had been provided to him as soon as his ex-wife Amber Heard decided to bring him court. In the end, the jury ruled that Depp had to sit on the side of reason, despite having to pay the other side €2 million for an accusation that did not exist. Instead, Heard will have to give Depp $15 million. An epochal turning point in a media process that had pushed the actor out of Hollywood, away from the character of Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts saga, and who seemed destined to retrace the footsteps of Kevin Spacey, earning him cinematic oblivion. Now the cards are ready to be reshuffled. There is no doubt that in Fantastic Beasts we will hardly have the opportunity to see Johnny Depp again, especially after the character of Grindelwald found in Mads Mikkelsen an interpreter more faithful to what J.K. Rowling wanted recovered in this regard. Our special on the character of Grindelwald, for Pirates of the Caribbean, the Disney franchise that is linked to the figure of Jack Sparrow, the discussion is still very open. Depp said he no longer wants to reprise his role, but the strength of the fans could prompt him to change his mind and revise his plans. The saga had in itself allowed Johnny to give a boost to his career, more than it was allowing him to do Tim Burton, who while involving him in first-rate films, had not yet delivered him into the jaws of the general public. When in 2003 Depp found himself making his debut in the series produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and based on the eponymous attraction of the Disney parks, the pirate Jack Sparrow conquered everyone, making even some of his most peculiar jokes iconic. It is no coincidence that the internet everything celebrated the actor's victory in court by citing the pirate Jack. After the first trilogy, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, the saga had, however, suffered a small decline, especially when it seemed there was nothing more to tell and all of Sparrow's antagonists had by now exhausted their verve. After the clash with Armando Salazar, Javier Bardem, everything was reduced to a continuous historical appeal, which however put characters not as interesting as opposed to Jack, at least not as much as the old rival Barbossa or the fearsome Davy Jones. Jack Sparrow's escape precisely for this reason. Depp had tried to escape from that character and that saga, to avoid finding himself sucked into a sixth film that would have definitively ditched him. This is because a further iteration of Pirates of the Caribbean is currently in production, despite being orphaned at the time of more information on the content. Among other things, Bruckheimer stated that he would be ready to bring the saga back to the cinema with even a seventh film and that one of the two, it is not yet known which one, could have Margot Robbie as the protagonist, who will soon bring the myth of Barbie to the big screen. In the same interview, the historic producer also spoke of Depp, specifying that at that specific moment there would be no space for a cameo of the actor, but that the future would be all to be decided. A clear opening, or so we wanted to interpret it, to admit that without an official judgment it would have been impossible to condemn the actor prematurely. Hollywood, driven by the power of media and public opinion, has repeatedly seen that principle on which Western law of the presumption of innocence is based the decline. Depp, like so many others before him, also in Italy, has found himself guilty even before entering the court, where he was later shown to be the victim of a scam by his ex-wife. Without wishing to enter into discussions regarding the sociological problems that arise in this type of stadium attitude, it seems clear that at this moment Johnny deserves rehabilitation also linked to his relationship with his profession, with his career. With 3 Oscar nominations for Best Actor, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Finding Neverland and Sweeney Todd, his vast filmography is not without slips and films that perhaps he too would like to erase from historical memory. Despite this, Depp's talent is not in question, neither is his transformation and the ability to translate from the dramatic, as in the recent The Professor, to the musical Sweeney Todd, above all up to the carnival mask of Jack Sparrow, passing through the slimy Grindelwald, puts Depp in that group of performers who deserve recognition from history. Returning to the role of the most beloved pirate in the Disney universe would mean for him to please a huge slice of the public who would be looking forward and who would be more than ready to return to the cinema on trust, only to see Sparrow again. Beyond that, that could be the quality of the film itself. A marketing operation that, we tend to be sure, at Disney have already smelled, beyond the statements that former employees have come to make. Remember the words of a former Disney executive. It could be the starting point for an actor that we will return to see on the big screen in a few years, waiting for some production to again involve him in a starring role, because that's where Depp is right, now that justice has done its course and that no media process will be able to chain it ahead of time.